What's up guys, I'm Uriel Soto, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create login and register tabs using Elementor for free. Now this is a form that we're going to be creating here. It goes from login to register, and let me just show you guys how mobile optimized this is. So it's all completely mobile optimized for you guys, and let me go ahead and test this out so you guys can see how this works. So I'm going to add in some login credentials and just click login. And it's going to take me right to my home page because that's where I'm redirecting it to. But you can redirect it to pretty much any page. Now, if you guys want to learn how to create that login register tab, go ahead and stick around. So let's begin. Now, if you're wondering how I created this blog, I do have a video on this on my channel, so you guys can check that out. Now, the first thing that we need to do is go to our dashboard and then go to your plugins. Go ahead and click on add new and then type in Elementor. And then go ahead and install this one right here. It's called Essential Add-ons for Elementor. So from here, we need to go ahead and make our login and register template. So go to your templates, go ahead and click on Add New. And we're going to want to add a section, and we're going to want to name that Login. Click Create Template. Now we just need to search for on our elements, go ahead and type in login. And then we want to go ahead and use our login register form. This one right here, it's made by Essential Add-ons, so go ahead and drag and drop it. Now we just need to go ahead and stylize this a bit. Now I am going to go through some of the settings here. So you can either switch this to a login or registration, one of the two. So you can go ahead and hide this from logged in users, which I kind of highly suggest. And then you have your login general forms. And if you wanted to go ahead and remove our register now, which I'm going to remove because we're going to have tabs. So I'm going to go ahead and remove our register now link. And I'm going to leave everything else. You can go ahead and customize this however you please. So if you did want to not show a log out, you can go ahead and click no, but that's totally up to you. And then these are settings for register, but I'll go over that once we create our registration form. Then we have our form header. Right here, we can go ahead and add our form logo. And you would add that one right here in the form header logo. Now, I'm just going to show you this. I'm not gonna keep it on here, but you are able to add a logo on this. And then you can expand it in your styles. But I'm going to go ahead and remove it. And then we have our login form fields. And we can go ahead and just customize this, do custom, and then you can go ahead and just start adjusting your labels. So that's completely entirely up to you. So I'm going to leave that as default. And then you can have a remember me box if that's something that you wanted to have, but you can also remove that. And then you can also have the password visibility icon, which is this one right here. We can remove that if we need to. So I'm going to leave that as is, and then we have our button text here, which is called login. Then we have our login options, which if you want to add a redirect, which I highly recommend you do, because if you don't, it's going to by default take you to the WP admin, which you don't want people going to your WP admin area or your WP admin login area either. So I'm just going to send people right to the home page, but of course you can change this and send them to a specific page. If you're doing a course and you want to send them to your course area, we can just have your course area link here. And then here we just have all the validation messages if you wanted to adjust these, And then let's go over the styling, which I feel like is one of the most important parts. Okay. So the first one that I'm mainly going to be focusing on is this one right here, container box shadow. So this is a shadow that you see here. It looks very clean, it does, but I kind of want to remove it just because it kind of doesn't really go with what we're doing with our tabs. If we weren't using tabs for our form, then we probably wouldn't. So go ahead and click on container box shadow, and then go ahead and click on your color, and then just bring that all the way down until you see that it's transparent. And now we've removed our background shadow. And then well, we have some other options, either just more for padding. We might go over that later on. It is It is a little bit important, especially when you're adjusting the mobile version, and I'll kind of show you the reason why. And then we have our login form header. So if we added a logo, we can adjust our login form logo. We can adjust our header logo on here. You can adjust it on form logo, and we have a bunch of other settings that you may want in case you have like a title for your header or whatnot. And then we have our form fields here. Now we can go ahead and start adjusting our form fields. We can have a placeholder color. We can adjust its background if we needed to. Maybe make it. I know some people like to do black, and then they like to do white, right, as a text. So that's something that you're able to do as well. That is up to you how you guys want to go ahead and just place that. So let me adjust this placeholder text here. There we go. So it'd be like white or gray here. There we go. Now you can do it that way, however you want to do yours, but I'm going to leave mine by default. So I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to remove this. So, and I'm going to remove this one here too. I want it to be white, so I think that's perfect how it is, but you're easily able to adjust this. You can remove the border if you wanted to, just have it at 0 instead. But like I said, I'm just going to leave it all at default. I think it's fine. You can also adjust the text area as well. You can adjust spacing on this if you wanted to do that. The typography if you wanted to make the text bigger in between. But that is entirely up to you. I'm going to leave it all by default. Just wanted to go over those settings so then you guys can have that knowledge there. And then if you wanted to adjust your form labels, which are just these right here, your username or email or password, you can adjust those as well. You can add a spacing to those, which I'm not going to. We can adjust the typography on these. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you guys. So you can adjust all of that on there. It's pretty basic Elementor customization. So, and then you can adjust the color as well if you wanted to change the color of that. Maybe you wanted to change it to red or something. Do that as well. I'm going to leave those as is. Every other setting is fine. And then we have our login button, which is pretty important as well. And we're going to change our login button just to go with our website. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust the background type, and I'm going to make that into our color that we've been using all around. So I'm going to choose that there. That's fine. And you can adjust your button. You can adjust the width and all that stuff if you wanted to. And make it full if that's something that you wanted to do. But that's completely up to you. I'm going to leave it by default. I think that's fine. Okay, so that's pretty much how I would like my login form to look like. So just make sure it looks like this. And then go ahead and click on publish. And there we go. Now we just need to create our register form. So go back to your dashboard and then go to templates and click on add new. And then go ahead and choose section and then type in register. This is going to be our register template here. So create template. Now go ahead and just type in login, because remember we're going to be using that essential add-ons extension as well. So go ahead and just drag it and pop it right in. Now we're going to switch this to registration instead. And there we go. Now we can have a registration form. Now we want to leave pretty much all the same settings that we had before with our login form that we created. It's all very similar. I'm not really going to go through all of this again because I feel like you guys have a good understanding. Just the main parts that I want you guys to know is probably our register form fields. So this part's pretty important because usually we want to add more fields to our registration. So on here, you're able to add more fields on here. You can do website, and you can do username and a bunch of other stuff that you may want. So yeah, but I'm going to go ahead and remove this for now. I'm going to leave it as username, email, and password. And we can also remove the labels if that was something that we wanted to do. Maybe you wanted to make that a lot more clean. But I kind of like it with the labels. I think that's cool. And then we can also show the required mark if that's something that you wanted to do. Username should always be required in my opinion. Yeah. Or if you want to just remove that, I mean, you can just have email and password if that's how you want people to register. So that is up to you. And then we have our register form options. Now in here, Now, as you can tell, you probably won't find a redirect option on any of these tabs. You actually have to do it through here. So register form options, click on that, and then click on redirect. And make sure that you redirect that to your membership area or your home page or wherever you may need. And then every other settings are pretty similar to the ones that we went through, except for terms and conditions. Now this part, you can add a little terms and conditions. You can do custom, you can do editor if that's something that you wanted to do. Maybe you want to do a little editor instead, or you can just do custom. And then you can link your privacy policy on here, and just make sure that they have to complete that. But like I said, that is up to you guys if that's something that you guys wanted to have. But I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And then we have our validation messages here, and you can just adjust those accordingly to your website. And then over here on our styles, now it's basically the exact same as the other form. We're going to go through container box, and we're going to go ahead and remove the background shadow to that. Like I did earlier, just click on your color background and then move it all the way down. And then we just want to go ahead and change the color of our button. So go into your login button, or it should be our register button. Here we go, register button, there we go. And then background type, go ahead and just choose your website color. Mine's going to be this one. And then I need to remove this login. I forgot to actually remove that. So I'm going to go back to content, and then I'm going to go to login form general. No, sorry, it should be register form general. And then right here it says show login link. I'm going to go ahead and click no and remove that. Okay. And then from here, I'm going to click publish. Okay. Perfect. Now we have our register template, and we also have our login template. Now the next thing that we need to do is create our login page. So go to your pages, go ahead and click add new, and go ahead and add your login page, call it login or whatever name you might have for your login. And then from there, just go ahead and click on edit with Elementor. Okay. So now we need to go ahead and type in tabs, and we're going to be using our advanced tabs by Essential Add-ons for Elementor. So go ahead and drag that and drop it right in here, and then go ahead and click on your section, and we're just going to add some adding to this. So I'm going to unselect this, and from the top I'm going to do about 100, and from the bottom I'm going to do 100. Okay, so now we just need to go ahead and work on our tab. So click on your tab element, and then go to your content. Go ahead and remove the last one here, just so then we only have 2. Now you are allowed to have icons, that's entirely up to you, but just for this video I'm not going to have any icons. So I'm just going to have login and register. I'm going to go to content, and then I'm going to make sure that I have for my tab title, I'm going to have login, and for my content type I'm going to use save template, and this is where I'm going to choose my login template that I created. So I'm going to go ahead and search for that, and here it is, login. And then we have it. Now that's set up perfectly. Now we just need to add our register template. So go ahead and call this register. And then go ahead and choose save templates, and then choose your register template. There we go. Now as you can tell, that's all set up perfectly there. Okay. Now from here, we're going to go to our style. So go to your style, and then you know what, let's go ahead and do this option first. So instead of that, I want to actually make this, I kind of don't like how long this is. So click on your section, go to layout, and then bring this all the way down to about 500. That's where I had it at. So that's where I highly suggest you have it at 500. And then what we want to do is go ahead and click on your tab here. So make sure you're on your advanced tab element, and then let's see here, go into caret, and we want to go ahead and remove this caret. I don't like the caret right there. I don't think it's necessary, but it might be necessary for you. But this is basically how it looks like now. So it's definitely coming together for sure. Now we just need to add some more stylizing to this. So from here, we're going to go into general, and we're going to add a box shadow. As you can tell, that's going to add a box shadow all around, but it's kind of too heavy. You know, we want to make it a little bit more lighter. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my transparency about to this size right here, about to where I left this one. Somewhere around there is fine, guys. I mean, you can see how it looks like, and then just move this one down to 1 negative here. There we go. Okay, so I think that's looking great. And now we want to go ahead and adjust the color of our tabs here. So go into your tab title, and then over here where it says background type, go ahead and click on that, and then go ahead and choose your background color for each tab. So right now this is our normal. So our normal one is basically this gray one right here that we have, and I kind of like the gray already, so I'm gonna leave it as is, but you can change that however you want. The main one that we want to focus on is our active and our hover. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on this, and then choose our website color that I've been using, and then I'm gonna add our hover effect as well. So now that's set up right there. Now, of course, there are other settings as well. You can adjust your icon sizes. You can adjust your typography if you wanted to make these a little bit bigger, smaller. I'm going to leave these as default. I think they're fine as default, to be honest. You can go ahead and even add icons to this. You can leave the icons on here. I mean, if you wanted to, we can even remove the title of each one, and we can just do, you know, user. You can just type in user on here. Maybe use this one instead, right? And maybe just have that one instead, and then, you know, and then the next one can just be a different icon. You guys can get creative with it, however you guys would like to do that. I'm just gonna leave it as traditional login and register. I think that's fine how it is. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just take a look at this on my computer here. So I'm going to go ahead and open a new tab. I'm just going to grab this link here because you can't really see it right now. And then I'm going to go into, I'm going to open up an incognito tab so I can take a look at this. All right. Now, as you can tell, now this is all set up perfectly. Now let's go see how this is looking like on mobile, because I did want to show you guys that you guys might have some issues. Okay, so obviously this looks fine. All looking good. Now, if you guys do have some issues here where this cuts off, you see that? Maybe you want to reduce the spacing on this side. Let me show you guys how to do that. Now, you do have to mess around with this. I'm not going to mess around with it too much, but I'm going to show you guys how, because I think that part was really important. So what you would do is go to your dashboard, and then we just need to adjust our login and register templates. So go to your templates, and right now we're going to do login. Okay, so now from here, go ahead and click on your login element, and then go to style, and then we're going to move this down to mobile because that's how we want to take a look at this. And the one we want to adjust is just form here. Now we might have to adjust the desktop version as well. So we want to go ahead and adjust our margin here, our wrapper margin. So go ahead and unselect this. And then it might even be our padding as well. There we go. So it's our padding that the one that we need to focus on. Now, as you can tell, now it moved it over. Now we can add some more spacing from the left, just if we wanted to add a little bit. And obviously I would want to add some on the right, but let's see if we can just bring this down a bit. There we go. And we can maybe bring this down to about this size here. That's perfect. Okay, now let's just see if it's adjusted as well. Now, as you can tell, it does kind of mess it up a little bit on your desktop. So you do have to adjust all of that. Now, what we would do is just make sure our wrapper width is larger. And I would say to make that about 100. That's fine. And then go ahead and click update. Now, we do have to just test this around because let me go and refresh this again here. There we go. Now, as you can tell, okay, that's looking good there. This would be tablet, so we got to just set on tablet, and this is fine on. Okay, it is a little bit better, but it does kind of honestly, it looks the same. So let's first adjust tablet. On here, let's go back to form and let's make sure we make this 100. And I think that's fine there. Now it is a little bit tricky, so you just have to keep adjusting it accordingly. So now that's fine on desktop, and then it's fine on tablet. Now I just want to adjust my padding on mobile here. I might just end up moving that from the left side here. Let's see what happens if I can adjust that padding there. Maybe it did kind of mess it up. Sometimes these extensions aren't really the best. Okay, that's better. That did move, definitely. Okay, so that at least works for sure. But now it's not really centered even on mobile, so it's a little bit odd, right? Basically what we got to do is just try to move it over. And I would go ahead and move it over. Let's see here. You can go ahead and move it over from here, from the left side here. Try to move this over a bit on mobile, and just use your padding, use your margin to do that. There we go. Okay. Like I said, you do have to adjust this. It's I think honestly, I think this is a good size for. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think this will work. Okay. Yeah, that will definitely work. Okay. All right. Now that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you guys do have any questions on any of this, just feel free to reach out to me. I did kind of want to help you guys out on the spacing. That I can tell that can kind of be an issue sometimes. But that is it for this video. If you guys did find it helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. It'll definitely help out the channel out a lot. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.